Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I suppose that most of you have seen the video that I posted last night on myself and my husband Chris doing these beautiful exotic wood hooks. This video is a follow-up to let you see the different woods that we have on hand and what the finished products do look like once they are made into the hooks. Now these hooks I do have labeled with tags on them, as this is an entire order for a dear friend of mine. So she was kind enough to, before I shipped them to her, to allow me to video these, because this is the first almost entire set, but it's missing two because she already has the two that's missing. So the only two that's missing from this set is called Blood Wood and Black and White Ebony. And I will have to apologize for that because we don't have that in here because she already has those. And I don't have those to show you, but I do have those, of course, on my webpage at www.stitchinstacysHooks.weebly.com. Of course, that link is below the video here. If you look in the description box below, you can go to it at any time. I do have pictures of those hooks also on my Facebook, and you can also message me for those pictures as well. But the Bloodwood is going to resemble a mix between two of the other hooks that I show you, so I will let you know that when I get to those two hooks. Now, you can get these hooks in any sizes from an H, which is a 5mm, all the way up to, depending on the block of wood that we get, as shown in the tutorial before that we posted last night of teaching, or not so much teaching, but showing you the hook making process. We can do them up to the bigger sizes. The biggest size I have to show you in this set is an L. We can do, you know, bigger sizes than that. So you can just get with us on that information, and we can tell you if the size block we have can accommodate that size. Some can and some can't. So basically this video is just going to give you just a hint of information of where each of these woods came from. You can look these up on the internet anywhere and find out what they're good for and some of their uses. So basically I will start. I kind of have them sectioned in colors, I guess you could say, and also kind of in our price range. So but none of our hooks are cheaper than $20, and then they go up from there. It's based on craftsmanship and workmanship at the same time. So basically the first hook that you're going to see is our basic walnut hook, and this was the very first, well, not, yeah, maybe the first, close to the first one that we used. And it's a lighter wood. It's not a heavy hook to work with. It's a tan in color, and I'll have to look back and forth on my notes. It does generate from North America. It's hard and tough. It's great in cabinet making. It's popular in the US, and it's great for gun stocks and rifle stocks, and it's an even texture in wood. So the texture in the grain is a fairly even wood. So the grain pretty much runs one way. So that is your walnut. Okay, George. Okay, so that is one of your basic woods there. Now the next one, and I'm going to put these away as I do them so that we don't have so much to stare at. Okay, so now next is going to be, it's called quarter sawn oak. And I like to call it wormy oak sometime, because if you would see the piece of wood, I'm going to slide these back so that you're not so distracted. There we go. Okay. if you would see the plank that came in when I picked this wood out, and you can see a little piece of it right here. If I come down a little bit, you can see a little piece of that right through there. The wood plank itself looks kind of fossilized, whereas sort of like, I know this doesn't sound appealing, but it's very beautiful. Looks like worms had settled on the wood and the dust caught their figures, sort of like fossilized, and it kind of looked like worm imprints on it. But some of these woods, and like you'll see some, especially like on the bird's eye maple and different hooks like that, you will see the bigger size hook that you get, you will see more of a texture or more of a design, if I can put it that way. So anyway, the quarter sawn oak is originated from North America. It's a beautiful wood to work with a it's a nice even grain used in steam building, air dry bending, and it's a hard to medium wood. So again, it's very similar to the walnut, and it's a very beautiful wood if you like the lighter woods. And again, it's a very light wood. It's a lightweight. And if you're looking at the ends, we do burn the sizes in each end, so that you do not have to worry about. You don't have to worry about it down here. So yes, the sizes are burnt in the ends. Okay, so that is called quarter sawn oak. And that's your second one. And the next one that I'm going to show you is just basic cherry. And cherry is very, very beautiful wood. It's very nice to work with. It's again a lightweight wood. The cherry is again from the same family, North America. It's same class as mahogany. It's very stiff and strong, and in the United States and in North America, it's used a lot in furniture making. You know, so you can get a lot of cherry furniture, cherry armoires, cherry, just a lot of anything that's got cherry, you know, cherry furniture. So the grain is even, the textures are really nice in these, and you do get nice little patterns in that evenly and throughout. And it's just a nice lightweight wood. So this is, if you just want a basic tan, nice tan wood. And let me also let you in on, George, come here, kitty, kitty, kitty. He's messing. On the grain woods, you're never guaranteed the same pattern. So just keep that in mind. The grains, yes, they do go one way, but the patterns are never the same. Okay? So this is the cherry wood. Alright, so now we will get into some of the more designed pattern woods here. This is called lace wood. And lace wood kind of stands up to its name, and if you look at it real close, if I can get up there to it, you will see some lacy pattern work in there. I'm trying to get my camera to focus it a little. There you go. You see how it has a little bit of lace work through there? Of course, the camera only gives you so much detail. And if you look up at the head of it, it's the same way. But it only gives you so much detail when you're looking at the camera. But it is a very beautiful patterny wood. Let's see. Let's find my notes on the lace wood here. It's from South America. It's a light reddish brownish. It's very figured to look lacy throughout. It is treated to prevent what is called silver gray, which forms a background color to the wood. And you can kind of see what they're talking about. And this is what they're talking about. It's kind of treated so it doesn't get a silvery skin on it. So once you have this in your hand, you can tell that. But this is the lace wood, and it's not really a heavy wood. It's just a tad bit heavier than the three that I did show you, but not very much. You can't really tell it. But this one here is a J hook, so this is a little size bigger than the other ones that I did show you. Okay, and let's see, the next hook is Kumaru. Kumaru is how it's said, and this is a beautiful, beautiful dark brownish hook, and this is a heavier wood. It's a very nice gliding wood. It's very, very beautiful. I do like this wood. I haven't advertised it as much because actually it's one of those woods that we did kind of put back and forgot about, but I will be advertising it more. And if you can see this, it's very beautiful. I'm hoping you guys are getting a good view of that. If you can see, it's got like black speckled streaks running through there. You can see that pretty good. I just brought in my light so you can maybe see a little bit better there. Now for this one, if George would get off my paper, it's from North and South America, used as a lot of hardwood flooring. Also, what's interesting about this one, it goes by the name tonka bean. The tree is harvested for its vanilla, cinnamon-scented seed. The tonka bean, which contains the chemical called coumarin, which the wood itself is strong and very hard. So a little bit of information there about this tree and this hook. So this is a very, very beautiful, beautiful wood. Dark in color, reddish brown with some dark streaks of heavy brown in there. Beautiful, beautiful wood. Okay, and this is one of our fairly new ones. This is Leopard Wood, and you can look at this one and think it looks a lot like lace wood. This is a light wood. It's Leopard Wood, but it's a lot more, if I compare it to the lace wood, it's a lot busier. It's a little bit darker than lace wood, and it has, I would call, if you look at it right in there, they do look similar, but if you turn the Leopard Wood, you will see that there's a lot more specks going on there. And you can see that there's more there on the Leopard Wood, and it's just really beautiful to the eye. But the Leopard Wood is from South America, dark and reddish and brown, strong broad grains through here, and medium in texture. It has a high flecked, high flecked decorative surface, of course, as you can tell. But it's a very beautiful, beautiful wood, and if you're looking at the head of this, you can see how beautiful that is. It's just really eye-catching. But this is the Leopard Wood. Okay, so I'm going to take a break, and I will be back with the other half of these beautiful hooks. Okay guys, I am back with the second half of these hooks. This one is kind of my pick. I really did like this. This is one of them that, as I tried to take pictures of, I could not do it with the light because camera light doesn't capture its beauty. This is called Zira Coat. I'll read you what description I have for this one. From Central America, Belize, Guatemala, and Mexico. It's hard and dense, medium texture. Colors range from reddish brown to dark brown with black streaks. And they use this a lot in knife making, like with the handles and things. But this is so beautiful. It's just, it's hard to really see this unless you have this one in hand. But the streaks in it are just really, really lovely. This is one of my favorites. But I'm hoping you guys are getting to see it. It's a heavier wood, and it glides really nicely. And it, of course, it's got those reddish, tannish, brownish streaks in it, and it twists all through the hook. It like twists. It goes around the hook, and it just spirals around it and makes it just really, really beautiful to look at. But I chose this one. There are certain hooks here that I bought for their beauty for my customers. And then there's some here that I bought that I wanted for my personal collection, which I want one of each for my personal collection. But there are just some that caught my eye that I told Chris, I said, I have to have this for my collection. So this was one of them that was on my have-to-have list. But this is Zira coat, and you will love this hook. Okay, so the next one is on my have-to-have too, because I love black, and this is solid, flawless black. This is called Gaboon Ebony, and I call it black ebony. You say that and people will know what you're talking about that are in the woodworking business. It's flawless. Gaboon Ebony is just what it is. It's absolutely deep black. It is, let's see if I can find my work here. Let's see. I don't seem to have any info on that one, I don't think. I missed one. Anyways, most of the ebonies are from Southeast Asia. I can't be 100% that this one is too. I know the black and white ebony is. I'm sorry I don't have the information for this one, but this one right here is very, very sleek. When you work with this hook, your yarn is going to glide like butter. And there are just a couple here that are flawless. Really, I have worked with them all, and I really haven't found any that don't work with yarn well, but there are just some that you just it will turn, not necessarily turn you, but just say, why was I using aluminum hooks sometimes? But I still use my aluminum hooks, don't get me wrong. I use my clay hooks all the time. The ones that I put my clay handles on, I still use them religiously. I just go back and forth, but there are some that I just have with me all the time. And unfortunately, because this one is still new, we only ordered enough to make 4. I still haven't gotten mine out of this, but right now this is a top seller. This is a very popular one right now. If you don't have this one, I would encourage you to get it because you will love it. And this is, of course, the Gaboon Ebony. Okay, this is the one, not this particular one, but this is the one that, or the particular wood that was being worked on the video, which is Cocobolo. This was the first favorite of mine that I picked. Now, Cocobolo is very beautiful. It's from Central America, Mexico, Panama, Costa Rica, areas like that. Very durable, strong, fine textured. Colors range from dark red to reddish to brown. Very, very smooth, silky working hook. And like I said, these, sometimes you get this is the patterns that I'm talking to you about. When you're using these hooks, or when you're ordering these hooks, please keep in mind patterns are not guaranteed, especially with the black and white ebony, which I do not have here, which has been one of our most popular sellers. Unfortunately, I don't have it in hand. We cannot guarantee patterns. We are not guaranteed patterns when we order the wood. We cannot guarantee you patterns when you order the hook. It's based on the wood we get. It's based on the order in which you put your order in for your hook as to which cut of wood you get when we cut the wood itself. We guarantee nobody any particular pattern, any grain, anything. Nobody's guaranteed anything. It just depends on how the wood comes out. Some of these I've seen them where this side is black and this side is light brown. I've seen them like this one where you get that nice, beautiful tannish red swirl on the end, and then you get the nice swirl all the way through. I've seen that. But either way, they're beautiful. You know, the good Lord made these trees as they are and produced them as they are. I think they're all beautiful in their own way. This is the Cocobolo, and you can't go wrong with this one. It's just beautiful, period. Okay, the next one I'm going to show you is another beautiful one. This is Kingwood. Kingwood doesn't get much in the way of appreciation, but it's a gorgeous, gorgeous wood. Now, picture this wood, but picture it in a deep red color, and you'll have bloodwood. So this is such a beautiful, even grained, textured wood. It's so beautiful. It's from South America and Brazil. It goes from light to dark violet and brown with lighter to dark stripes of purple. It's also been known as violet wood. It's hard and it's a heavier wood. So it holds its own when it comes to being used. It's just absolutely beautiful. You can see the darker streaks of purple in there. And again, you can only see so much under the light of a camera, in the picture of a camera. But you can see, if you can see under, it's hard for me to point it out, but you can see on the head of it there's little streaks. But this is so beautiful. It just doesn't get enough credit. But like I said, if you picture this hook and picture it a deep red, this would be a perfect example of bloodwood. Bloodwood is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. But this is Kingwood, and it's another one of my favorites. I love it. And this is a J hook. But some of these woods, you don't get the true beauty of them unless you do order a bigger size hook. Some, if you order the H hooks, the smaller the hook, I would order, you know, things like the Gaboon Ebony or like the oak or the cherry, things like that would be fine. And even like the Cocobolo is fine, but to get things like, you know, the true beauty and the ones that come with like the darkening strips of like the Kingwood, you would have to get bigger hooks to see the true beauty of these types of woods. So this is the Kingwood. And let me back up one minute. I forgot a highlight of the Gaboon Ebony. The true highlight, I don't know if some of you know this, but the main point of this wood is it's used in making the piano keys. The black piano keys on a keyboard or a piano, that's what they're made of, is Gaboon Ebony. So there you go. Just a new bit of information you may not have known, so we learned something today. Alright, this was a very popular wood, which is called Purple Heart. Very similar to the Kingwood, as a matter of fact. I'll put them both together. But the Kingwood has brown in with it. It's a little bit more brownish tint. The Purple Heart is purple. Now the Purple Heart, you can get it, the Purple Heart comes in, it's a little ashier, it's a little bit deceiving once we get it, but once it's polished up, it turns a brighter purple. Now Purple Heart is from Central, North, and South America. Lots of mechanical properties with this wood. It is reported to be between a green heart and an oak, and most hobbyists love this wood. They use this for lots of different things in the hobby world. It's moderate in texture, and it has straight to wavy grains. And you can't really see that, but they're just a tiny bit wavy in there. But it's a beautiful, beautiful plumish purple color. And this is another one that the bigger the size you get, the more color you get from this one. But we have sold a lot of these. People love purple. Women love purple and pink. Me, I'm not a purple person. I'm a pink girl. So, of course, blue is my favorite. I wish they had a blue hook. But, and that's another thing about all these woods. A lot of people, I get a lot of questions. Are these woods dyed? Absolutely not. These trees exist in the world. They are all natural. Nothing about any of these woods are dyed. These are natural woods, okay? You can look them up, and you can look them up all day long. You'll see nothing about any of these trees that have been dyed. But this is Purple Heart, and we do sell a lot of these. These are very beautiful and very vibrant colored hooks. Alright, now the next one, I must say, is my favorite hook to work with. This is Pink Ivory. It can be a little deceiving in the pictures. I do have to give it credit. If I compare it to the Purple Heart, here's your Pink Ivory and here's your Purple Heart. Okay, I've had a customer before say I thought it was going to be pinker than that. Well, you know, wood is wood, and pictures on the internet, they do, you know, spruce them up a bit, but when it comes from the tree, it is what it is. You know, but the internet isn't always, how can I say it, to put it perfectly well. The internet doesn't always portray things as it is, but once you get something in hand, that is what it is. So this is the natural beauty of a tree. But it's a beautiful pink. It's a beautiful pale pink. Let me read you here. Pink Ivory is from South Africa. One of the rarest woods in the world, as a matter of fact, this Pink Ivory. It's very hard and very strong, and you will see that once you get it in your hand. It's very stiff, and it's very, very hard. Takes well to polish, and it's a light to medium pink in color. So some of the pink ivories have been known to change color with light. So take that as you will. But this one I have of my very own. Nobody's going to get it. It's mine. I have an H in this hook. I use this religiously because of all of my hooks that I have so far, which is not very many because he's busy satisfying my customers, which is top priority. I only have about 4 or 5 handmade hooks by my husband. This is my top priority hook, my favorite. This is what I call my butter hook. The glide on this hook is magical. There's never a snag, there's never an oopsie, and when you see me on video, actually I'm doing baby items right now, and I'm pretty sure this is the hook that I have been using. Well, not this particular one, this one's sold, but this hook is just royal to me. So if you don't have a Pink Ivory hook, I would advise you to at least have one Pink Ivory hook. Because it's beautiful. It does have a little bit of a wavy grain in it. You know, you'll have a little bit of a darker pink streak in it through some of them, but it's just a beautiful hardwood. It's just really hard. It's a beautiful hook to work with. Maybe, you know, as far as a solid color, this is one of my very, very favorites to work with. It's my favorite to work with. Only because when I'm doing my speedy crocheting in my fast mode, this is the all-time favorite hook to work with. You know, it's just magnificent. The speed I can get up to with this. And I don't try to be fast. I'm just a natural fast crocheter, but I just zoom through projects with this. It's amazing. So I would highly recommend anybody that is like me and say you get hung up on this or this or this or this, try one of these hooks and you'll love it. So this is the pink ivory. Okay, this one is fairly new and is beautiful. Tulip Wood. It's so beautiful. You guys, you have no idea how beautiful this is. This has been my latest pick. Tulip Wood is just for the ladies. It is so beautiful. From South America, tropical regions of South America and Brazil. It's hard, it's a heavier hook, it's fine, ranges from pink to dark red. Okay, so I'll take my pink ivory back and compare it. You'll see that the streaks in it are kind of like a reddish pink, and then you have your base color is like a tan, and then you know, the streaks are very, very defined. It's very beautiful in how it looks. The streaks are very straight, and it's just beautiful. I mean, look at it. You know, they just line up very beautiful, and that's just the way it is in the wood. It's just, I don't know what to say about it other than it's beautiful. And I probably said that umpteen times, but it's become one of my new favorites, and it's very sleek and very nice and comfortable to work with as well. And of course I test all of these before they go out. As I said in the video about the hook making, once Chris makes them, I do not send any hooks out that have niches or notches or whoozy-watsies on them or anything like that. They're all tested, and they have to pass through my certification of my speed. So, and they have to all be tested thoroughly to make sure I'm satisfied with them. So, but this hook is just beautiful. You will love the grains, you will love the look, and if you went out and someone's seen you working with this hook, this is another one that they would just have to demand you let them know where they got it from. So this is a Tulip Wood hook. Okay, so I saved the best two, which are also, I will tell you, the most expensive that we do have. And these two are the best ones if you get them in bigger sizes to see their quality. Snakewood. This was my top pick when we first got into these hooks. Snakewood is absolutely sexy, beautiful, and yes, I said the word. This is just, a lot of people originally thought that this should have been like a cheetah hook or a leopard wood hook, but sadly no, this is a snakewood hook. It is just breathtaking, and when I started posting this, people just could not understand the beauty. These range based on your size. They start at $22, and based on the size they can go to $25. But they are so sleek, and you see, I'm not even bearing down. You see I'm not bearing down, that they just slide. This is another very silky hook that you just want to rub it in your hands all day because it's just magnificent. And the pattern, you're always going to get this pattern. Now mind you, it's not going to be identical, but this pattern, the rolls, the ripples, you're always going to get that because the wood is always like this. This is not one, it's not one like it's not one like the Cocobolo, like, you know, hit and miss. The whole thing is spotted or rolled with the color. But let's see, snakewood. From South America, comes from a small rare tree in the forests of South and Central America. Deep red in color, it changes in stripes based on exposure to air, which turns it reddish brown. It's dense and it's a hardwood. So basically it's telling you that when it's exposed to air, the stripes can change color, which is very interesting. So me personally, I should have, but I didn't. But if I were you and I ordered one, I would take a picture of it from when I got it, and then wait about a month and take another picture of it and see how it changes. You know, and that's at your discretion. You know, we don't guarantee things like that, but according to its description, that's something that may happen with this wood. And this is a beautiful wood, and this is one you could get in any size and you would see the pattern. But we still say the bigger the hook, the more you're gonna be able to see the pattern. But it's very, very beautiful, very beautiful. So this is snake wood. Okay, so my last one has the most information. This is the lightest wood that we have, and this is called bird's eye maple. So bird's eye maple is basically, I don't have a whole lot of information, background information. It says no scientists have been able to figure out the true roots other than Canada and the US. It's a very, very rare wood. It's known for the waves and the pecks. Let me see if I can, this is a light background. Let me see if I can get you on a darker background so you can see it. Let's see if this helps. Does that help any so you can actually see it? But if you're looking at this hook and you can see the little pecks, there you go, you see all of those? And this is one that the pattern is not guaranteed because there's ripples in it. You see there's some ripples there. It's just kind of little waves. And then you have little pecks. You know, this is one that I would not recommend getting anything smaller than an L because the pattern will get lost. And this is actually one that we do our, I'm not sure how many of you have watched my other video, but I have a extreme crochet hook that Chris has made me. And it's about, I would say 13, maybe 13 inches long, and it's about 1.25 inches around that I will be using in demonstration to make extreme crochet, which is like going to be one big granny square that I'm going to be crocheting on camera to make one big granny square that's going to be a chair cushion. That you use really, really bulky yarn or soft rope, things like that. So the bigger that you get this wood in the hook, the more pecks and waves and ripples you will see. This wood is very expensive. It's beautiful. Actually, Chris has made plans. He has actually wrote up plans. He is making me a table that goes in the living room against the wall where the actual tabletop is all going to be bird's eye maple because it's so beautiful, it's so popular, but it's extremely rare. So we bought these and we have just now started making hooks, standard hooks out of this because we do offer the extreme hooks in this as well. And I will, as soon as I'm finished here, I will go get that hook and I will come back and show you what I mean by extreme. But you are welcome to get one of these hooks, but we will not make it in anything smaller than an L because number one, the pecks get in the way of him being able to turn it because the pecks in there are like little knots, and when you go to turn that, it will hit the knot and it will bust. And this wood is way too expensive to waste like that. So he worked up the L and they work up just fine at this size. So we will do these in sizes L and bigger. So like I said, these are the pricier of all the hooks. So We don't exactly have a price on these yet, but I do know that it is going to be more than $23. You don't find these everywhere. As a matter of fact, I did research and I don't know of anybody who does make these. But this is actually the first one going to my friend that I've heard of. So she's a very lucky lady. But anyway, this is Bird's Eye Maple, and they're very, very beautiful. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to grab my Extreme, and I will be right back with you. Hi guys, I am back. So what you're looking at here, this is the Bird's Eye Maple in a L, and this is the Extreme Bird's Eye Maple. So this is the one that Chris made me to do my extreme crocheting. You can use many strands of regular yarn, many of them. You can use twine, you can use rope, you can use whatever, and it makes big area rugs. You can use it to make mats. You can use it to use it to make, like, use with the big bulky yarn, things like that. Now don't get excited, but he did put this happy little end on it for me, but we do not do that on any of our hooks. Anything you buy will not have this. He did this back when we were in North Carolina, when he did have a different machine, but we don't have that machine anymore. But he did this for me especially, so this is the only one I have. So if you look at this, look at the beauty. You see what I mean by if you get a bigger hook. Now if you see on this side, you see the ripples, and then if you turn it, you'll see all the pecks. Now this was a very beautiful and rare piece. He hand-picked this piece out just for me. You know, as far as just for making me this hook, because he was trying to surprise me with this, and he did. So this was a hand-picked one. But we don't hand-pick any of these here that we get. We just order in, you know, planks of wood. But this one was hand-picked when he made this one. But you see how beautiful that the Bird's Eye Maple can be. And also the point of showing you this is to show you the bigger the hook goes, the more you can see the actual beauty of it. It's just a marvelous piece of wood, and it is very, very sleek and just beautiful. And I love it, but I will be doing a video using this hook as soon as I can get caught up with everything. It may be a summer project, I'm not really sure. But you see the difference in the two. The pattern gets lost in the small hooks. You get some of the pattern in the L, but just imagine if you ordered an H, it would be basically like you were just having a basic oak hook. You wouldn't see any of the pattern on H, an I, a J. You might see a little on a K, but you just really wouldn't see much at all. So, and you can order this size hook here, but this would just be a regular end. So just understand that. This would just be a regular end all the way up. Of course, I think he rounds them off a little bit, but and these are about $40. But anyway, this is the Bird's Eye Maple, and I did want to share that with you. It had a little bit more information to go along with it because we do them in extremes. So anyway guys, that is pretty much all that I have. Just keep in mind we do have two other hooks. Like I said, we have the Bloodwood and we do have the Black and White Ebony. As those two do come available, I can do a quick clip and show those to you, or you can go to my site that is in the description box below and you can see those. They are up on that site as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial, and I hope that you learned a little bit about what we do with our hooks. And if you are interested in any of these products, I will let you know that once you do place an order, it is a 2-week grace period that we allow ourselves to make the hook. That is just to make the hook. It depends on your place in line. We always have a waiting list, so I can't tell you what your place in line would be. So all I can tell you is the sooner you get your order in, the sooner we can get you on that list. And also we only take your order with payment at the time, and we only do PayPal. But we do not do any orders until the payment is paid. So please do not send any type of orders to me unless you are also prepared to make your PayPal payment at the time. It just gets really confusing. So other than that, you're welcome to message me with any questions, your comments, concerns, anything like that. But if you want to add me on Facebook, my Facebook link is also in the description box below the video. Other than that, I hope you guys had an interesting time with me here on this video, and I will see you on the next video. Happy hooking, guys. Have a great day.